So Stephen Fulton had an interview recently, and he was basically saying a lot of different things about what I've been saying lately. I thought I was actually losing my mind and going a little too hard, but he said the same thing I was saying as far as about the media and the fans from a respect standpoint, educational standpoint, um, just common sense standpoint. And he was saying that, a lot of guys who are unproven are getting a lot of hype and respect in the fight game. And I feel like that's a huge point that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Like, it's a lot of people right now in the fight game that show a lot of guys who are unproven respect, people who have one win. They show them respect. Guys who really don't have a track record of being elite for a long time. It's like they look for certain people to latch on to or to give credit to when you have so many candidates and contenders that can easily have the same, if not more, respect given based off of their merit and what they've done for the boxing game. Even if you look at like Stephen Fulton, what he done in the situation with Inouye, he went to another country. He had a belt. He didn't pick a location to say, "Hey, meet me in Europe. Let's go to UK. Let's fight a neutral site, or let's get Turkey Al Sheikh involved." He said, "No, let's just make the fight right now and see what happens." And I know that Stephen Fulton is a guy who he's a competitor. This fight with him and Figueroa. I'm not gonna lie, the Figueroa and Stephen Fulton fight is gonna be the hardest fight I might have to pick in 2025. I think it will be. I think it's the toughest fight I'm gonna have to pick in 2025. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's that close, closer than any other fight I can think of right now. Doesn't matter who or where or when. It's the hardest fight right now. But a lot of people just don't give Stephen Fulton credit for the things he's done. Okay, he went out there and got stopped by Inouye. That's fine. That happens in boxing. Daniel Dubois was the person who got stopped against Usyk. And the thing I've seen is a lot of people jumped off the bandwagon. For example, like Stephen Fulton was saying, they give guys credit who don't deserve it, and then the guys who do deserve the credit, or they need the guys who, deserve some kind of respect down the line, they don't really get the respect they deserve. So in this situation, Stephen Fulton knows that, just the way the fight game is right now, it's all messed up, man. A lot of things I've been saying lately is how he feels, like the boxers feel. So maybe, I didn't know that, but maybe I'm speaking up for a lot of boxers. Guys who's not really known or big names. That's why, only time I'll make a big deal about a loss is if I use an example, like I had to with the Munguia loss, when people were, he went out there and had a loss against Canelo, looked bad in his last fight before he fought Bruno, and a lot of people gave that a pass. But when Stephen Fulton, in his last fight he won, a lot of people, he looked bad in his last fight, according to some people. Even though he had a long layoff, he hasn't fought since anyway. It was over a year since he fought. But people didn't give him credit for that. They're like, oh, well, he looked bad, and he's just not that good since he lost to Inouye and everything like that. Well, I could have said against Munguia, well, he looked bad. He don't look the same since the Canelo fight. And what I did say that, hey, he doesn't look that good. But people, they look past that and want to play favorites. Oh, well, since he was in the ring with Canelo, that's all that matters. Even if he does look bad, I'm not going to pay attention to that much. I'm just going to focus on basically everything else. And now, the way we see things in boxing, there's a lot of prospects that get a lot of hype. And that's what I was saying about, not saying that Kid Austin had a lot of hype. I was saying that he's getting a lot of pressure on him. I'm like, hey, man, y'all talking about Kid Austin like he's not a prospect. I'm like, he's a prospect. I've seen that lately in boxing. It's a lot of weirdos going around giving champions and contenders, oh, well, he just looked bad in that fight. He just looked like this in this fight. Then you get a guy who's a proven champion who will look bad. You know what I'm saying? And he just don't get no respect. But you get these prospects that go out here, they have a bad performance, and people are like, oh, man, they trash. Man, I don't know why they out there. They're not good. And it's a step-up fight. So you telling me a prospect in a step-up fight that wins, looks bad, is all of a sudden, a trash fighter? I don't understand that. And that's what Stephen Fulton was saying the whole time. Like, it's just that the fans are too much. The media is biased. The reports they put out. Bro, I know, and you know what's crazy? I know Stephen Fulton telling the truth because the reports I've seen lately on boxers are disgusting, especially when it comes to American fighters. It is absolutely disgusting what I've seen, the reports they put out about boxers. When it comes to American boxers, they have been absolutely horrendous. And they're doing it on purpose. And you have a lot of guys from the UK that's reporters, not fans, not UK fans, UK reporters that reporting on American fighters biasly. Like the one guy who's Phil J from World Boxing News. This dude sitting up here trolling Deontay Wilder after Fury got his whooped. And now he's mad. Let me troll Wilder since he said he's coming back. It's all grown man with a family. And he's sitting around here trolling a boxer. And I think he's a racist, allegedly. So a lot of these guys try to hide behind their racism and be like, well, I'm just reporting boxing, A lot of these guys hide behind their racism in boxing. I'm just keep it a buck. A lot of boxers, they want to hide behind their racism, and then everybody running around, well, I got this kind of pride, and this pride, and that pride. Okay. So when I sit up here, I'm gonna try this year. This year, I'm going to say, hey, man, I got black pride in boxing. We got black pride in boxing. Let's see how many people get offended by that. Because I'm tired of hearing that crap. Just go out there and fight. Tired of hearing about people flags. It's okay to represent where you from, but just know where you at. You know what I'm saying? Just know where you at. That's my only thing. Know where you at. Respect where you at. I'm not finna go to Mexico and be writing reports about how the best fighter over there is a bum and he washed up and I can't believe he fighting a prospect and he fighting this guy. Like, man, sometimes you gotta actually report real news. You think if I was in Mexico right now and I was putting out the same videos I'm putting out in newspapers about Canelo, you think they'll be trashing me or coming after me? Absolutely not, because they're saying the same thing. When you tell the truth, you ain't gotta look over your shoulder. But some of these guys, they don't want to tell the truth when it comes to sport. They want to troll. And now we're starting to find out that these are older people that's doing that, not younger people. These are people that's been in the boxing game for a while now. But he's right now. He's right, though. The fans and the media are just too biased. It takes the fun out of it. It takes the fun out of the sport. You work your whole life to be a champion, then people say, well, you're not the kind of champion I want you to be. Or the way you lost your unification. I just can't forget that. Because, you're not like these other guys. I done seen Manny Pacquiao get flatlined and then go have the biggest fight in boxing ever. This man got put to sleep, and people thought he was gonna win the biggest fight in boxing after that. So don't act like y'all just can't forget stuff. Get out of here. A lot of it's a race issue. And the people that don't want to speak on it, I mean, you ain't man enough. You ain't man enough to talk about it. It is what it is. It's okay. It's just that you're not gonna feel okay about it because you know that you're not gonna stand on, truth. They're not gonna stand on truth. They're gonna stand on their feelings, and that's it.